right, this is Lord of the Mysteries episode 6. Remember, if you guys want the full uncut versions, check out that Patreon. Come on over to the Twitch to watch this live with us. I appreciate y'all. All right, here we go. This is a very Lord of Mysteries way to start this out. Just some writing on the wall with blood. Doing some sort of ancient black magic ritual that's going to summon a demon from another realm that's going to eat 75 people and make them like... Yeah, I'm good. Episode 6, teacher. Yeah, I'm good. I don't want to be taught. Interpretation for her dreams. Plagued by nightmares. Okay. So I love how we can do that with our divination and seer powers. We did the same to Mr. Meyer. Who can disrupt dreams? We brought the mutated sun sacred. There's so much going on. All right, we got another strong item artifact. Race to disperse. W. Only know to praise the sun? Oh, hell no. All right, let's find this wraith so we don't have to deal with this little sun emblem. Good. That's a cool... Oh, wow. That's scary as fuck. It's like a headless knight wraith with a cool looking sword. There's our emblem that we needed. It's trying to kick it out of the 15-meter range. Ooh. The glove on its right hand. Man just cut a bullet in half. Relax. He's immediately going for the emblem. Makes sense. Oh my god. Caught the meanest of elbows. All right. What the hell just happened? It's been a minute, so this should be able to disperse the wraith, right? Was all that like some observation hockey and a prediction of the future, or what was that dream? Outcome would have been unthinkable. That is the right glove on his hand, and I love how they seal that with that claw. Same thing as a little puppet, you know? Centuries old. So was that, I'm assuming, because Dunn is the highest level corpse collector we have, that or Sleepless, I mean, that was Dunn's nightmare ability to make us... And he's used that before in previous episodes. I just never get like a title where he's like, I'm using my ability Nightmare. So he did that, hold everyone in. Even Klein and the other individual with us were able to stuck in this. And so that was like a dream playing out, but it didn't actually happen. And then Dunn, typical Dunness, just like, yeah, use the power of the emblem to actually get the job done. I'm curious. I think now, knowing what I know, is that Dunn did that not only to know what would happen and how the wraith would attack us, but to find the weakness without putting our bodies in physical danger. So did that, had this whole dream simulation play out to find out its weakness is his right glove, and then we go back to the real fight and like, okay, we didn't have to worry about all this. We know, just go for its glove. Baronet of Lamud. Legend it has, he just vanished. AKA, thanks for letting me know that Azek is reminding me that's his teacher. Just a resemblance. Comes from the Intis. Sun pathway. But its source was never identified. A sun pathway. He's trying to find the source using his Grey Fog divination. Does make sense. So they created this emblem with the juices of the fucking sun itself. That man withered away. Makes sense. But now I want a whole 5-episode arc just about the Church of the Eternal Sun, of the Blazing Sun. What is that golden liquid? Thank you for asking the same thing. Don't touch it. It just made that man wither away. Thank you. Okay, here we go. So this golden liquid seems to be the embodiment of the sun itself. I assumed this was just a visual representation of us going in there and seeing that, but that's not actually happening in a Grey Fog Klein, is it? What is this water that helped put us out? Thankfully, we recovered. Like, there's so much going on. The eternal blazing sun. I could see that. I could see. Oh. Okay. So in terms of, I'm still very curious, and obviously it's meant for me not to know. I'm still very curious the levels of the power and what the powers of the Great Fog in our own little world are as well. I would love just a list of what that kind of can and can't do, but I get it. It's supposed to be a mystery. But with our powers of omniscient divination, we looked into the source of this emblem that we don't know the source of, which ended up being, it was made during, or at least power emboldened during, when this was of the Church of the Blazing Eternal Sun, and the person who got the little gold liquid into it that made it what it is vanished, withered away. And so him touching that let him stare. I wonder if that's like a piece of it, or is that just like a physical corporeal embodiment of it? But we saw the direct deity, the blazing sun, which I could see why you're not supposed to be that close in proximity to gods and powers, because then he was okay. Yeah, and then the Grey Fog saved us and shielded us, and now it looks like we're healing, which is good. But there's a lot going on. Angel of Pure White. Oh, the sun pathway, the unshadowed. Okay. I mean, understandable. If I see God over there, I'm just like, yo, how you doing, boss man? Sequence 4 unshadowed? Was the blood of... Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, I'm gonna need a whole paragraph of someone to explain everything that just happened right there. Because that was crazy, and I want to know more. I'm glad he did that, because I got some great lore and answers, but I'm still nervous that he did that while he was on guard duty. Hopefully everything's still chilling back here. I don't like that blue flash. Angel of Pure White. We got the Blazing Eternal Sun, the Angel of Pure White. We had sequence 4 of Unshadowed. Okay, so she should be chilling. Miss Elizabeth. No more getting haunted by wraiths in her dreams. That's chilling. We're taking the sun emblem back. Hey, thank you. I feel like we're getting praised every episode for the amount of good work he's doing. Shout out Klein. I like people who push the limits on terms of new powers and trying to learn them, but also are very cautious and analytical as well. Seems like Klein to a T. You guys know me. It's like Attack on Titan. We got to read these. The first epoch, the Age of Chaos. The creator awakens from the chaos, creating the first light and forming all things from his body. Oh, this is on some godly shit. The second epoch. Oh, everyone has like its own nickname. The Dark Epoch. The Evernight Goddess awakens. That's the one who we worship, being a Nighthawk, right? The Church of the Evernight Goddess. Is that ours? The third epoch. Cataclysm. That sounds pretty horrible. Humans survive the Great Cataclysm with the blessing and protection of the gods. Okay. The fourth epoch, Epoch of the Gods, frequent wars and changing of dynasties makes sense. And the fifth epoch, where we're currently at, the Iron Age, where the main seven, I was thinking of the Light of the Seven from Game of Thrones, bless the northern continent. All right, lots of, I mean, it gives me like JJK vibes where I kind of want to see the third epoch Cataclysm, the second epoch Darkness. I'm curious what those look like. We're back at Koi University. Looks like our teacher is not here. He has a great looking office, I'm not gonna lie. I want a telescope like that so I can do a little astronomy. Is that what we saw at the beginning of this episode? Oh, that was him. He did have a piece of bloody chalk, so I thought that was more like a visual representation, but no, he was doing that. That looks like the great sword we were just fighting with the berserker. Did he make that wraith? Is that the castle? As he walks in. Yeah, not a good look. Not a good look, Teach. Is this red paint? I think it's blood. Oh, so you're saying you do them in your dreams. Yeah, you're not really... You're being a little weird. Interesting. They called her. They were talking about being in the Evernight. Is it the Evernight goddess? That's who we currently worship. Great questions, Klein. We have, which makes me nervous. I mean, again, I think anyone seeing a full-scale painting in blood would be a little agitated, so. Oh. Is this a flashback of... No, he's just traveling with us. He's just in a different outfit. I mean, I trust your divination more than I trust a lot of shit, so... Do your thing, Klein. In my dreams, it's not so run down. Oh, that's a great transition. Wow. Wow. Beloved white steed. I love those transitions of seeing back then to now. So he truly doesn't know about his past. He might be this 1,000-year-old baron from this castle, but doesn't remember it. I'm the King's Knight. Reminds me of Bran from Game of Thrones. Oh. I don't like that you're showing the skeletons like that. You look like the Grim Reaper, my boy. He picks up the Sword of Eternal Darkness, and the castle starts reforging itself. Again, the transitions from past to present. Secret tunnel. This legit looks like a place I would be in Elden Ring. Ergo, I would never step in here myself. That's not his son, is it? Yeah, I get you're going through your own personal demons right now, Mr. Azik, but if you want to let me know on what's going on, I would love some commentary. That looks like the same shadow that was making the wraith, and now these are a bunch of souls. I just saw this shit in Donadon when he made the soul ball. I don't like that look. They're all coming down here. I don't like that they're all going into your body. That can't be good for you. Last time I had a bunch of spirits go into me, it was not good. Oh my lord, this is very well animated but insanely creepy. Is this the last epoch? Where there were wars and changing of dynasties every 2 seconds? If I'm actually seeing the 4th epoch, I'd be super happy. Imagine you just have a mountain of corpses like that, brother. Is that Mr. Azik impaled 14 times, crawling out of a fiery body of mountain of corpses? Why are all witches that be given curses like look like that? Why do they all look like that? So my man, oh, I love the first person POV shot, even though he is chopping head, limb, bodies in half. If I'm Klein watching this, I'm like, brother, what the fuck? Music is phenomenal. Oh my lord, I got goosebumps. Okay. I don't like that he is. What in the Colossal Titan? But he is the controller of death. Again, I like the visuals, but it's very scary. I love that they're charging to get what the. Well, again, great visuals. So that man arose from that mountain of corpses on fire to just become the fucking demon knight and to slay all enemies who lie in his path. And now he's leading the vanguard. And that's a beautiful time lapse. And he gets his castle thanks to his military winnings. So he was gifted this castle, Grand Baron Lamud. And then from there, there's a story we know where his son-in-law, a thief and a confirmed. Okay. I don't want to pause it, but so I'm assuming, and we're probably maybe find out later or not going to find out at all, which is completely cool. But before he was in that mountain of corpses, I'm assuming he was just a normal guy. I mean, he doesn't really know his own story. He's trying to gather the clues and stuff like that. That's why we're here at this castle in the first place. But I wonder what sort of godly power was given to him to make him seemingly immortal and to give him the skeletal control or whatever that may be. Because from there, then his life started going great. He joined whatever local country's military. He led the charge, was a fantastic fighter, and so then he was granted, Lord Baron, the fief, stuff like. I was not expecting him to be a deadly demon knight, though. That's for sure. That is a crazy ass story. I can't even lie to you. I mean, I did just watch a 2B Hero X episode where I'm telling you, are those the souls of the people he's killed along the way? Are they haunting his local area, making it so his wife is sick and dying of. Now it's raining ash and. Oh. So when I say he's the ruler of death, I was kind of memeing, but I'm not memeing at all. He has an army of dead souls at his command. Whatever. So there is some sort of malevolent power like embedded in him. Control. I don't think it's controlling him, but like there's definitely some external sources at hand here. I'm assuming they're either sick or they didn't make it and they're dead at this point. So then he kind of tossed everything to the side. He's lost his family. He's lost seemingly everything he's fought for up to this point. As his son lies with the sword. Oh, see, they're not dead. They're just seemingly sickly cold. He just left them. I wonder if it was out of fear of himself, out of hoping to protect them, not wanting a demonic army resting outside. Maybe that was what was causing them to be sick, and just the natural haunting and the darkness around. There's so many questions I have. So he's an unknown sequence of the corpse collector pathway. Isaac Eggers. Wow. And the corpse collector is one of the sequences that one of the pathways that the Church of the Nighthawks have, right? Like the Church of the Evernight Goddess, we have Sleepless, Corpse Collector, Prior, Mystery Prior, and Seer, right? So, I mean, just going from a 9 and 8 to a 7 in terms of level 9 to 7 in terms of just Dunn's power is exponential. So if Azik, I'm not going to assume what sequence he's at, but if he's a 6, 5, 4, any of those in the Corpse Collector, that man would make sense why he has the powers of collecting corpses. Because he has the shadow army of Jin Woo, essentially. Again, non-spoilery for any of the commenters. If there's anything I'm missing and or you want to give me that's outside context, I would love it. I might need to rewatch this episode. I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot going on. Holy cannoli. Dali's corpse, and isn't she sequence 7? Because Dunn is sequence 7. Sleepless is Dali corpse collector. Okay. And I'm not gonna lie. I mean, she's obviously insanely powerful, but I don't think she's anywhere near doing this. And then Midnight Poet is Leonard, who's also strong. So I mean, of the corpse collector pathway, I could easily see Mr. Azik being a 6 at the very lowest, obviously, but I could see him being like a 5, 4, or 3. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know the scaling of powers once, because the highest I've seen is a 7, but that's insane. Again, sorry for the pausing and the random yapping and the cuts and this, that, and the third. I'm doing my best to try to process this. So he did leave in hopes to protect them from the darkness that was impending, you know. And he is the headless wraith that we dealt with. That makes sense. Why one hasn't appeared in 1,000 years, and now all of a sudden within okay. So who did that? Who was here? Don't cut your. Oh, I hate that. I hate knives like that. Oh, I don't mean to pause it again because I literally just got done pausing it. But now that Mr. Azik, who's here with us, was able to touch everything, I think because he also did not know his own backstory, he finally got his own backstory as well. He's like, holy shit, I'm strong as fuck. I'm going to utilize, because now he has a full memory and recollection of all his powers and everything that goes along with his unknown sequence of Corpse Collector. So now he's doing whatever sort of powers he already has embedded. Untraceable. There's the fucking translucent feather. Every time something happens, there's a translucent feather. Oh, that erratic power in your fate. Sure, as long as you don't do anything crazy to us. Maybe. Hopefully. R.I.P. your son and your wife. That is very tragic. I wish I knew what that said. Oh, a brave knight. Tenno Eggers. Oh. R.I.P. little Tenno, man. So, we got to see that. He got to see that. Seemingly so. Seemingly so. I wonder if that's a built-in part to death. He's the ruler of death. I said it. Every few decades, you fall into. I wonder if that's a part of his corpse collector or if that's something else. Because we know there's obviously the sequences and the pathways. Wow. But there's also literal deities and gods, you know? Interesting. This music is phenomenal. Animation is phenomenal. Leaving in solitude. Yeah. So those aren't dreams. He's physically had many, many, many lives. That's the most truest thing I've seen. They said this whole episode. Is this the price of a long life? It very much is. Bro. I was so nervous about Azik, but now I'm like, join the squad, man. We got an open spot in the Nighthawks. Teach me a few things. Teach Dolly a couple things about corpse collecting. Understandable. Forever adrift with no shoreline in sight. Damn, that's poetic. I finally have a heading. Yeah. Shout out Klein. Wow. True. I do definitely share that similarity. Wow. As he, obviously, I don't think that's his parents, but he sees the embodiment of them in his new family. Again, these transitions, old family to new family. Like, shout out Benson and Melissa, bro. There's so much going on. I like that. Everything's related to ships and boats. Gonna find safe harbor for now. I'll leave one day, but at least for now, we're in good hands. I've said this multiple times, but I thoroughly enjoy Klein as a character. He's good-hearted, he's analytical, he's observant, he's cautious, yet pushes the boundaries in certain aspects, does great work. And I just hope if I ever get isekai'd, I have as much foresight and knowledge as this man. Jesus, that was a crazy episode. Okay. When I know I say this a lot as it's like a typical saying around these Dapper parts, but I say so much going on, a lot is happening. This was the true embodiment of so much is going on and so much is happening, but when you actually think about the grand scheme of thing, it really is not. We got called for a mission to help Miss Elizabeth with the Wraith haunting her dreams. We deal with the Wraith. I get a little connection to Azek, so I go back and check on Azek, and then we just get a whole flashback of everything, but everything that was done, whether visually, audioly, that's not even a word, auditorily, this was an amazing episode. Like the transitions, the camera work, the animation, the music, the representation, the visuals. Like I know you guys are gonna give me the context, don't get me wrong. I appreciate all you guys that give me bonus info, but I would love a little breakdown on everything that happened with the Wraith, now knowing how it connects to Mr. Azek. And then, yeah, any sort of connection, any sort of context you can give me. So from what I could tell, and maybe, because he says he's lived a very long time with multiple lives, which, he's at least 1,000 years old from what we could tell, because that's when this castle and everything, the Lord Baron was initiated. Was that? So I'm trying to get like a personal timeline myself of Azek. So from what Azek found out in this episode, it obviously could be before that. We really don't know his true origins or how long he's lived. Like I said, this is my personal timeline. He arose from that mountain of corpses, impaled 16 times. He had already clearly had corpse collector powers at that point, because that's how he summoned the god of death, which corpse collectors can fucking summon skeletal titans. That's just insane. And then from there, continued to fight, continued to just gain power, wealth, fame. Had his, I assume, I wouldn't say his first family, but like his first R timeline family, which is Tenno Eggers and his wife, who then he noticed the after effects of his corpse collecting abilities, hence why all the undead souls are outside trying to claim, my lord, this, that, and the third. So to protect his family, he left. They still ended up dying, which is super sad. But he says, every few decades I fall into a slumber and forget what happens. So I'm assuming after that, he eventually fell asleep, woke up, forgot who he was besides basic info in his name, had a new family, whether that's a daughter, wife, more children, this, that, and the third, saw the aftermath and effects of his corpse collecting, left to, not to protect them. They died. He falls asleep again, and then the cycle just continues forever and ever, but eventually he stops having families and children and just stays alone at some point. Okay. Like, I'm trying to piece the timeline together myself, but again, any outside info I would definitely be appreciated. But I do believe him and Klein can work together in a great sort of sense for him to get his own memories, but also to, and then we have everything that went on with the Blazing Sun. Damn, there's so much that's going on. It is mentally insane. Appreciate you, Siemka. I'll thank you in a second, Gwizzy. But yeah, so like I said, if you guys can, great episode though. All in all, I might have to rewatch this one like 3 or 4 times. I ain't gonna lie to you. I appreciate y'all for watching. Don't forget to drink some water. Tell someone you love them. Make some good choices out there, Dapper Squad. Peace out.